Sankirtanam. Ninth chapter, huh? Ninth chapter, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it's not so much. 9.2.1 chapter. Sorry. Different aspects of devotional principles are being spoken. Let us. Nama Leela Gunadinam Uchchair Bhashat Kirtanam. So, what is Sankirtanam? Loud chanting of the names, pastimes, and qualities of the Lord. That is known as Kirtanam. Sankirtanam means chanting along with everyone. Then, in the same, that is first put a small paragraph is there. Second paragraph is 1.2.146. Tatra Nama Kirtanam Yatha Vishnu Dharme. Krishneti Mangalam Nama Yasya Vachi Pravartate Bhasmi Bhavanti Rajendra Maha Pataka Kotehi. So Vishnu Dharma speaks about the chanting of the name of the Lord. O King, he who chants the auspicious name of Krishna turns to ashes 10 million of the worst sins, 10 million. By chanting the name of Hari, 10 million of the worst sins are removed. The glorification of Krishna's name should be explained as similar to the glorification of Archana. Krishna's name is mentioned for emphasizing it, but other names of the Lord should also be considered to be auspicious and render similar effects. This observation applies to other quotations also. Namna Makadi Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. In every name, Krishna has invested his power. Hare Krishna name is emphasized, but other names also has the same effects. But other names also have the same effects. Other angas also produce the same effects. So one should not be very skeptical about it. Oh, you have mentioned you are chanting Ram's name. So somebody is chanting Lakshmi Narasimha's name. But for everyone, for every name, the potency is same, the effect is same. Therefore, Jiva Goswami clears in this verse. Okay, this to read Aditya and read the paragraph also, two paragraphs.
1.2.145 अथ संकीर्तनम नामलीला गुणादीनाम उच्चैर भाषतु कीर्तनाम. Translation: Chanting, verse 85. Kirtan is defined as the loud chanting of the names, pastimes, and qualities of the Lord. 1.2.146 तत्र नाम कीर्तनम यथा विष्णु धर्मे कृष्णेति मंगलम नाम यस्य वाचि प्रवर्तते भस्मी भवन्ति राजेन्द्र महापातक kotayah. Translation: Chanting the name of the Lord, Nama Kirtanam, is illustrated in Vishnu Dharma. O King, he who chants the auspicious name of Krishna turns to ashes 10 millions of the birth sins. Sankirtan. When a person loudly chants the glories of the Lord's activities, qualities, form, etc., his chanting is called Sankirtan. Sankirtan also refers to the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. In the Vishnu Dharma, there is a statement glorifying this process of congregational chanting. My dear king, this word Krishna is so auspicious that anyone who chants this holy name immediately gets rid of the resultant actions of sinful activities from many, many births. That is a fact. There is the following statement in Chaitanya Charitamrita: a person who chants the holy name of Krishna once can counteract the resultant actions of more sinful activities than he is able to perform. A sinful man can perform many, many sinful activities, but he is unable to perform so many that they cannot be wiped out by one single uttering of Krishna. In the 7th canto, 9th chapter, verse 18 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Maharaj Prahlad offers the following prayers to the Lord. My dear Lord Narasimha, if I can be elevated to the position of your servant, then it will be possible for me to hear about your activities. You are the supreme friend, the supreme worshipable deity. Your pastimes are transcendental, and simply by hearing of them, one can counteract all his sinful activities. Therefore, I shall not care for all those sinful activities, because simply by hearing about your pastimes, I shall get out of all the contaminations of material attachment. There are many songs about the Lord's activities. For example, there is the Brahma Samhita sung by Lord Brahma,
Hmm.
Narad Pancharatra sung by Narad,
Oh, yeah.
and
You
Srimad
don't tell
Bhagavatam.
me the third paragraph.
Only two paragraphs, Mataji. Is that
Where it is, Brahma Samhita.
here it is.
Yeah, read it.
Okay. There are many songs about Lord's activities. For example, there is the Brahma Samhita sung by Lord Brahma, Narad Pancharatra sung by Narad Muni, and Srimad Bhagavatam sung by Shukdev Goswami. If these songs are heard by any person, he can easily get out of the clutches of material contamination. There should be no difficulty in hearing these songs of God. They are coming down from many, many millions of years ago, and people are still taking
I'm really
advantage
not
of.
very good. That is why I went. You went to fourth paragraph.
So,
I
how
am
many
not
paragraphs?
very. Only two.
Okay,
I'm
sorry,
catching
Maharaj.
where you are reading. It was 147. We have yet not done.
Okay.
Leela Kirtanam Yatha Saptame. Leela Kirtanam Yatha Saptame. Soham Priyasya Suhृदः Paradevataya. लीला कथस्तव नरसिंह विरिञ्चः गीतः अञ्जस्तितर्म्यानुग्रहम् अनुग्रहणं गुणो गुणविप्रमुक्तो दुर्गाणि ते पदयुगालय हंस संगः. So Leela Kirtanam is illustrated in Leela Kirtanam is glorifying the Leelas of Krishna. In seventh canto, this is given. O my Lord Narasimha, by engaging in your transcendental loving service in the association of devotees who are liberated souls, Hamsas, I shall become completely uncontaminated by the association of the three modes of material nature and be able to chant the pastimes of your lordships who are so dear to me. I shall chant your pastimes following exactly in the footsteps of Lord Brahma and his disciple succession. In this way, I shall undoubtedly be able to cross the ocean of missiles. So just by glorifying your leelas, by engaging in a transcendental service, and that too in the association of the devotees, I shall become completely uncontaminated. So this is Leela Kirtanam. So I shall chant your pastimes, following in the footsteps of Brahma. That's why Brahma Samhita has been spoken there. So everybody has glorified Lord. Brahmaji has glorified in Brahma Samhita. Okay, you have read that, so you continue reading there. From there, Narada Panchara, and then read the verse. Yeah, read. Narada Pancharatra sung by Narad Muni and Srimad Bhagavatam sung by Sudev Goswami. Unmute, unmute,
Okay.
unmute.
If these songs are heard by any person, he can easily get out of the clutches of material contamination. There should be no difficulty in hearing these songs of God. They are coming down from many, many millions of years ago, and people are still taking advantage of them. Why, at this time, should one not take full advantage and thus become liberated? Verse
Read the verse.
1.2.147 लीला कीर्तनम यथा सप्तमे सोऽहं प्रियस्य सुहृदा परदेवताया लीला कथा स्तव नरसिंह विरिञ्च गीताः अंजस्तितर्म्य अनुगृणान् गुण विप्रमुक्तो दुर्गाणि ते पद युगाल्य हंस संगः. Translation: Leela Kirtanam is illustrated in the seventh canto. O Lord, O my Lord Narasimhadev, by engaging in your transcendental loving service in the association of devotees who are liberated souls, Hamsas, I shall become completely uncontaminated by the association of the three modes of material nature and be able to chant the pastimes of your Lordship, who are so dear to me. I shall chant your pastimes, following exactly in the footsteps of Lord Brahma and his disciplic succession. In this way, I shall undoubtedly be able to cross the ocean of nescience. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.9.18.
Now 148. Guna Kirtan.
Mataji,
Nama
Hare
Kirtanam,
Krishna.
Leela Kirtanam, Guna Kirtanam. Yes.
Mataji, so for 147 words, there are two paragraphs, para number 3 and para number 4. Okay, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Now, when you say Kirtanam, there are three things. One is Nama, Guna, Leela. That is how it came. Nama over, Leela over, now Guna Kirtanam. Yatha, huh? 1 minute, huh? 1 minute. गुणकीर्तनम् यथा प्रथमे इदं हि पुंसस् तपसः श्रुतस्य वा सृष्टस्य सुप्तस्य च बुद्धि दत्तयोः अविच्युत अर्थः कविभिर्निरूपितो यद् उत्तमश्लोक गुणानुवर्णनम्. Gunakirtanam. Learned scholars have positively concluded that infallible cause of success for knowledge, austerity, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting of hymns, charity is a transcendental description of the qualities of the Lord, who is defined in choice poetry. Hmm. So who is defined in choice poetry. So learned circles, what they speak, that infallible cause of success. If really a person wants to have success in knowledge, success in austerity, success in sacrifice, success in hymns, success in study Vedas, then what he should do? He should glorify Lord. Vedesha sarve rahameva vedyaha vedanta krutvedu devacha. Only by glorifying Lord, everything is successful. What learned scholars will sit and discuss about the knowledge? What he will discuss about the austerities? Even if a person performs austerities, if that is not describing gunas of Krishna, what is the use? So that is what is given here. Even Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, even though there are material desires in different religious processes, they are accepted as religious processes because of bhakti in them. Mhm. What a beautiful statement, just say. When you perform any rituals, there is a desire, no doubt. But it is accepted as religious just because there is bhakti. You cannot call a ritual as a ritual, religious ritual, if it is no bhakti. There are artistic people, they are also doing rituals. Will you call that as a religious rituals? There are artistic people like Muslims, Christians, there are artistic people. They also perform rituals. Will you call them religious rituals? No, because they don't have bhakti. Because in the last, if you see, Kayena Vacha, Manasendriyarva, Buddhatana, Bhakti Sabhava, Karomi Adya Sakalam Parasmai, is the last line. Narayanaya Samarpaya. You perform any ritual, then you chant Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. At the 10 straight mantra. But if you perform even Ganapati Puja, Durga Puja, any puja, this is the last which is told. If this is not told, that is not a religious principle. Simple. It has bhakti, that is why. But if that bhakti is not understood in a proper way, the relationship of the demigods with Lord is not understood in a proper way, then then that is Mayava. The relationship is not understood. Then he thinks that everything is one. Am Brahmasmi Sarva Kalmidam Brahma. He considers everybody is one. That is Mayavad philosophy. But if he understands, yes, Ganapati relationship with Krishna, Durgaji relationship with Krishna, then every ritual is actually spiritual. What is given? The sages have discerned that chanting the qualities of the Lord is the infallible cause of success for austerity in any process. You have love for Lord. When you say, describing the quality of Lord, who chants qualities? Only if he has love, then only he will chant. Like mother loves the child, she goes on glorifying her child. If mother doesn't love the child, why she'll glorify? You will glorify someone if you love that person. Okay? You criticize a person, then you hate that person. That is by criticizing a person. If you really love a person, you will not criticize, you will glorify. In the same way, you love Krishna, then you will glorify. Then every austerity has a purpose. Like going to yatras, it is an austerity. That austerity has a meaning if the glorification of Lord is done. Or just going to Tirth Yatras and without hearing to the glorification, Yatirtha Buddhi Salilena Kadichet, Janisha Bhiknesha Saiva Pokhara. It is a donkey's work. Or you can say it is a cow's work. The cow goes on eating, without really understanding what it is eating also. The same way, goes on doing the labor without understanding what is the purpose of doing the labor. So, the purpose of going to any Tirth Yatras is to hear about Lord. Many people are taking so much of efforts. Now, Prayagraj, you see every day. Purpose of going is what? Purpose of going is to hear the glorification, to serve the devotees, to hear the glorification. Yes, to take part in Ganga Yamuna Saraswati. Again, what to ask to Ganga Yamuna Saraswati? Not just go and take a dip. मेरा सब पाप को धुल के आते नहीं. To Ganga ji, what we have to ask? We have to ask Jnana. When has to ask Pavitrata. To Saraswati, what a person asks? Vaishnava etiquettes. To Yamuna ji, what you'll ask? You'll ask pure devotional service. That can be done even in your bathroom also. When you take bath, after that you should do there only one pradakshina and say Gange cha Yamuna cha Saraswati. Ask to Ganga, give me jnana, give me pavitrata. O Saraswati, give me Vaishnava etiquettes. O Yamuna, give me pure devotional service. Let me serve the Guru Shishya Parampara very nicely. That you can do even in the bathroom of your train also. So when you go to Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati, the Sangam, that is the place where you should ask this. Just paap dhoke aayenge. Somebody sent a message. Even the bhutas are also going and doing the paap dhoke aa rahe. So, purpose has to be understood and glorification should be done. Especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, glorification should be done. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there, how Prabhu Ram came there. So many leelas are there in Prayagraj. All these things you should do, or just doing so much of austerity, taking so much of efforts, has no sense. When you say no sense means what? Nonsense. Isn't it? If we don't glorify Lord. That is what is put here. One has to do. Yoga practice, mystic yoga, very good. Do mystic yoga. But what is the purpose? Samadhi. What is the meaning of Samadhi? Ashtanga yoga means what? Samadhi. The meaning of Samadhi. Samyak adhyate asmin atmatate atme. Understanding of a relationship with Lord. Okay?
Oh, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mataji, once just repeat that, no, what we have to ask Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, and
Ah, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Ganga ji, what will ask? Pavitrata, Pavitrata and Jnana. Ganga ji gives this. Saraswati gives Vaishnava Sadachar, etiquettes. Yamuna ji gives pure devotional service. So this is what you should ask.
and one
Every
more you
day
said, no, Mataji.
huh?
One more you said, no, one more river name.
Gange cha Yamuna cha Saraswati.
Okay.
Three Sangam, na?
Yes, Mataji.
So this is what. And that you can do every day. You should make it a habit also. Hey Gange, Hara Gange, Bhakti, hey Saraswati Ma, hey Yamuna Mata. This purifies our consciousness, or we'll see, oh, this is dirty, that is. Actually, after I take bath in the train, I tell devotees, you go now, because I clean the whole thing. I clean and then thing is purified. Our consciousness should be pure. If we see everything dirty, everything is dirty only. Dirtiness is there within us only. Just see, we are actually a big toilet which is going, isn't it? All dirtiness is then within us. But if we have a pure vision, then everything is clean. A pure vision comes from whom? From celestial personalities. Gangaji, Yamunaji, Saraswati, they are all celestial personalities. And if we meditate on them, yes, we'll get the purity. That is why devotees, they are easily going and taking bath in such places. They don't find anything but they sit and chat also after that. Devotees are problematic people, you know, everywhere. They don't allow anyone to sleep. I still remember now we are coming from Duranto. I woke up 4 o'clock, I went to take bath and all. 4:30 because it was 3 tier. We could not get any ticket in 2 tier. 3 tier. I had to sit like this practically for 1.5 hours. I was just sitting like this. Where to sit? Everybody was sleeping. So in between, I used to get up, then and sit. It's very difficult to bend and sit for 1.5 hours. But I had to chant also. Then slowly somebody woke up, started waking them up. You see, the 6:30, sun is rose. Then my Prabhuji went to went for washing. He came by the time everybody put their down and they were all sitting down. And in that one person, he is from Amravati ISKCON. He was so attracted to the chanting. He also started chanting. My Prabhuji told, you don't make others also sit. I thought I'll come and sleep. I said, no, 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 you also get up. No sleeping. Atha Jap, no, we are not finished this. No? So chant, read this as Guna Kirtanam.
Okay, ma'am. 1.2.148 गुणकीर्तनं यथा प्रथमे इदं हि पुंसस्तपसा श्रुतस्य वा स्पीस्तस्य सुप्तस्य च बुद्धिदत्तयोः अविद्युतो अर्थः कविभिर्निरूपितो यत् उत्तमश्लोक गुणानुवर्णनम् sorry translation Gunakirtanam is illustrated in the first canto. Learned circles have positively concluded that the infallible cause of successful knowledge, austerity, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting of hymns, and charity is the transcendental description of the qualities of the Lord, who is defined in the choice poetry. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.22. In the first canto, fifth chapter, verse 22 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Narad Muni tells his disciple Vyasadeva, my dear Vyas, you should know that persons who are engaged in executing austerities and penances, studying the Vedas, performing big sacrifices, chanting the hymns of the Vedas, speculating on transcendental knowledge, and performing charitable functions have for all their auspicious activities simply to gain a place in the association of devotees and chant the glories of the Lord. It is indicated here that chanting about and glorifying the Lord is the ultimate activity of the living entity.
Now let us see about Japa. Atha Japaha 149 words and 150 two paragraphs are there. Atha Japaha mantrasya Sulabhucharo Japa iti abhidhiyate. Japa, now see, what is Kirtanam, what is Japa? Kirtanam is loud chanting. Japa is very soft chanting of mantra. That's why Japa, there's people who just beat like this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This is not Japa. Some people, they just, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Don't dance so much. They just move their bodies so much. They shake. I know, it seems so. Somebody was beating. I thought, why are you beating? Somebody beat like this, and started chanting. With left hand, beating in the heart. Why are you doing all this? It's very clearly written, very soft chanting of mantra. You don't have to loudly chant. That is in Kirtan. If morning chanting has been given, just chant softly so that it actually enters your consciousness. When we do all these activities, moving, oscillating, it's actually oscillating. Like it will actually you are not fixed up. You should not oscillate too much. Just simple chant. Because here very clearly it has been written, very soft chanting. यथा पद्मे यथा पाद्मे कृष्णाय नमः इति एषः मन्त्रः कृष्णाय नमः इति एष मन्त्रः सर्वार्थसाधकः भक्तानां जपतां भूप स्वर्ग मोक्ष फलप्रदाः. So Padma Puran speaks, chanting very softly the mantra Krishnaya Namaha produces all benefits. Are you going to change the mantra now? Hare Krishna Maha Mantra contains all this. Krishnaya Namaha also is there. O King, Swarga and liberation are bestowed to the devotees who perform japa of this name. So Mahamantra contains, so Mahamantra gives everything. Okay? Now we do not have to fight for what is Krishnaya Nama. No, acha, we should do Krishnaya Nama or Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Mahamantra contains Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Shri Krishna Sharanam, Om Krishnaya Namaha. Everything is there. Okay, now read, and the paragraph will be read by Aruna.
1.2.149 अथ जपः मन्त्रस्य सुलघुत्सारो जप इत्य अभिधीयते. Next, japa, verse 85 is defined. Japa is defined as a very soft chanting of mantra. 1.2.150 यथापाद में कृष्णाय नम इत्य एष मंत्रः सर्वार्थ साधकः भक्तानां सुपतां भूप स्वर्ग मोक्ष फलप्रदः. Padma Puran illustrates this. Chanting very softly the mantra Krishnaya Namaha produces all benefits. O King, Swarga and liberation are bestowed to the devotees who perform japa of this mantra. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, japa. Chanting a mantra or hymn so softly and slowly is called japa, and chanting the same mantra loudly is called kirtan. For example, uttering the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, very softly, one for one's own hearing is called japa. Chanting the same mantra loudly for being heard by all others is called kirtan. The Maha Mantra can be used for japa and kirtan also. When japa is practiced, it is for the personal benefit of the chanter. But when kirtan is performed, it is for the benefit of all others who may hear. In the Padma Purana, there is a statement for any person who is chanting the holy name either softly or loudly, the paths of the liberation and even heavenly happiness are at once open. Hare Krishna.
Okay, now. Yeah. Okay. Now next. Next is the power of submission. This submission that comes 151, 152. It is there in first verse. अथ विज्ञाप्तिः यथा स्कन्धे हरिम् उद्दिश्य यत्किञ्चित् कृतं विज्ञापनं गिरा मोक्षद्वारागलान् मोक्षस्तेनैव विहितस्तव. By making entreaties to the Lord with words, submission, the bolt on the door of liberation is released. You submit yourself, you speak to Lord, you are expressing to Lord. That is only submission. Like you see in the morning prayers in the main temples, big temples, they submit their work. Today, how many books sold? Yesterday, how many books were sold? All this thing there is submission actually. Making entities with Lord. What do you call entities? Submission. Isn't it? Then some prarthanatmika दैन्यः बोधिकः लीलासमयी इति आदिर्विविधः धीरहि कृष्णे विज्ञापति. So there are three ways of submission. So that is given. So what is submission? It contains three things. One is prayers. One is admission of incompetence. Oh, I am useless person, Bhagavan. Do something with me. I don't have any competency to serve you. You teach me. Expressing of longing. Oh, we desire to serve more. That is also there. So these three things are there. Expressing that we did only two books, oh Lord. Can you make us do more? This expressing your longings. Then I'm not able to do, Lord. Even whenever I'm talking to someone, they don't want to hear also, they are just running away. So I'm not so competent to serve you, Lord. Then prayers, you're so wonderful, O Lord. So you're asking Lord only, no? For what? For the competency to get to serve more. Simple. With whom you'll ask? I want to serve nicely, I want to sing nicely, I want to chant nicely. I'm not able to chant, O Lord. Whenever I'm chanting, so many thoughts are coming, Lord. So please see that all the thoughts go away. At least while chanting, let me chant, let me concentrate in your holy name. So to whom we will ask this? To Lord only will ask. No? So this is known as submission. So in this prayers are there, expression of one's incompetency is there, and asking for more strength to serve, or expression of one's longings. I want to serve you. We are not talking about expression of material longings. We are talking about expression of spiritual longings. That is known as lalasa. Okay. So three things will be spoken. Now 151, 152. Read the and then Palash Mataji read the first paragraph after the verse.
1.2.151 अथ विज्ञप्तिः यथा स्कान्दे हरिपुद्दिश्य यत्किञ्चित् कृतं विज्ञापनं गिरा मोक्षद्वारा गलान्मोक्षस्तेनैव विहितस्तव. Entreaty, verse 86, is illustrated in the Skanda Purana. By making entreaties to the Lord with words, the bolt on the door of liberation is released. Mara, next verse also, right? 152.
I'll read. In the Skanda Purana, there is a statement about submission unto the lotus feet of the Lord. It is said there that those who are sober devotees can offer their submissions to Krishna in the following three ways. Some prarthanamika, very feeling offering prayers. Dainyavodika, humbly submitting oneself. Lalasyam, samai, desiring some perfectional stage. This desiring some perfectional stage in spiritual life is not sense gratification. When one realizes something of this constitutional relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he understands his original position and wants to be reinstated in his position, either as friend, servant, parent, or conjugal lover of Krishna. That is called Lailasam, or very eagerly desiring to go to one's natural position. This Lailasmai stage of
Lalasami.
submission,
Lalasami.
Lalasami stage of submission comes in stage of perfect liberation, which is technically called Swarupa Siddhi. When the living entity understands by perfect spiritual advancement and revelation his original relationship with the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Now, next. 153. Now, 1 1. What is some prarthanatmika? Well, it includes three things. Na? Submission includes some prarthanatmika, then dainya bodhika, then lalasamaya. Some prarthanatmika means what? Expressing the prayers, prayers to Lord. Dainya bodhika means what? Expression of one's incompetence. Lalasamaya means expression of longings, desires. So now one will be seen. Tatra samprarthanatmikah yatha padme. Yuvatinam yatha yuni यूनां च युवतौ यथा मनो अभिरमते तद्वन् मनोभि मनोभिरमतां वै. So prayer. Sampratnatmikaha vigyapati is given in Padma Purana. Just as the minds of young women are attracted to a young man, and minds of young men are attracted to a young woman, may my mind be attracted to you. This is a prarthana. So let my mind be always attracted to you. And then comes Dainya Bodhika. Yatha Tatraiva. Admission of worthlessness in Padma Purana. Mattulyo nasti papatma naparadhi cha kaschana pariharepi lajja me kim bhuve purushottama. Oh Lord, there is no one as sinful as me. No one who has committed so many offenses. What can I say? I am very ashamed to ask you to remove those sins. I am so useless. I am ashamed even to ask those sins. It's so wonderful. Lalsamai yatha Shri Narada Pancharatre. Narada Pancharatra speaks about Kada Kambhireya Vacha Shriha Yuktoho Jagatpate Chamara Vyagre Hastam Mam Evam Kuruva Iti Vakshyasi. O Lord of the universe, when will you, accompanied by Lakshmi, say with a deep voice to me, eager to serve you with charmer, please come here. What a desire. Really nice. Pastime of Tirupati. There's Kulashekar Alvar, who has written Perumal Tirumoi, in which he expresses his desire. Tirumalai is also known as Tirupati Tirumalai is known as Tiruvengadam. His name is this Tiruvengadam. He says, "O Lord," he is expressing his longings. I want to be in Tiruvengadam. So you make me a crane. Now see, what is he asking? You make me a crane so that, like how the crane is fixed up, but his attention is so fixed up when it catches the fish. So let my attention be fixed up unto you. So let me be crane in Tiruvengadam. He says, again the desire is now more. Oh, let me be a person who stands with a spit bowl, so that when you so let my consciousness be like a man who stands with a spitting bowl, so that when you turn, you will look at me. This is a second desire. Then he says, oh, I'll be standing in the head, near the head. It is like Duryodhana. Let me be like Arjuna. So let me be a flower at your lotus feet. So let me be a champak tree, which will give wonderful flowers, champak flowers, which I can offer at your lotus feet. This is the third desire. Kulashekar Alvara. Then fourth desire, then he immediately thinks, oh, champak tree. Suppose somebody removes a champak flower and puts in one's head. Ladies have this problem. Nice flower they will see. Instead of offering to Lord, they'll put in their own head. Then he says, oh, the chance to serve Lord also will go away. Somebody will come and put in their head there. So let me be a thorny bush so that nobody will touch me. I can be always in Tiruvangal. So this is how many desires became? Fifth desire. Then he says, oh, some municipality van will come and remove this thorny bush, cut the forest department comes, na? They cut the useless trees. Or they'll cut this tree and throw me out then. Oh Lord, let me be the hill in Tiruvangalam, cliff, a hill. So then he thinks, it's okay if I am the hill, but what about association of devotees? So then let me be a river so that the devotees will come and wash their feet. But after washing, they'll go away then. Oh, no, no. So let me have always association. So let me be the street which goes to your temple. So now just see how many became. 8 desire became. I think 7 or 8 desire became. And then he says, but after that they will walk to the temple. Then again I'll lose association. What I should do? Oh, better is I become a step so that every devotee will step on me and walk to your temple. And he is so fed up. He says to Lord, I don't know, I've asked so many things. Better is whatever you want to make me, you make. But let me not go away from Tirunelveli. So this is known as Lalasamahi submission. Lalsamahi. Lalasamahi. Prarthana, you can say Lalasamahi. What do you call? Vigyapati. 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 Submission. So 3 we have read. So 3 comes in 3 paragraphs. You read all the 3 and then Pushpa Mataji, you read all the 3. Your prayers will go till your paragraph will go 1, 2, 3. 3 paragraphs. Read.
1.2.153 तत्र संपार्थनात् आत्मिका यथा बाद में युवतीनां यथा यूनि यूनां च युवतौ यथा मनोभिरमते तद्वन् मनोभिरमतां त्वयि प्रेयर संपार्थनात्मिका vignapti is illustrated in Padma Puran. Just as the minds of young women are attracted to a young man, and the minds of young men are attracted to a young woman, may my mind be attracted to you. 1.2.154 दैन्यबोधिका यथा तत्रैव मत्तुल्यो नास्ति पापात्मा नापराधी च कश्चन परिहारेऽपि लज्जा मे किं ब्रुवे पुरुषोत्तम. Admission of worthlessness, Dainya Bodhika Vignapti in the Padma Puran. O Supreme Lord, there is no one as sinful as me, no one who has committed so many offenses. What can I say? I am very ashamed to ask you to remove those sins. 1.2.155 Lalasa Mai Yathashi Narada Pancharatre तदा गम्भीरया वाचा श्रिया युक्तो जगत्पते चामरव्यग्रहस्तं माम् एवं कुर्व इति वक्ष्यसि. Longing, Lalsamay Vignapti, is illustrated in the Narad Pancharatra. O Master of the Universe, when will you, accompanied by Lakshmi, say with a deep voice to me, eager to serve you with charmer, please come here. Hare Krishna.
Read Pushpa, 3 paragraph. I think Pushpa is not able to read. Okay. Aruna, can you read all 3?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. In the Padma Purana, there is a statement of submission in feeling by devotees praying to the Lord. My Lord, I know that young girls have natural affections for young boys, and that young boys have a natural affection for young girls. I am praying at your lotus feet that my mind may become attracted unto you in this same spontaneous way. The example is very appropriate. When a young boy or a girl sees a member of the opposite sex, there is a natural attraction without the need of for any introduction. Without any training, there is a natural attraction due to the sex impulse. This is a material example. But the devotees is praying that he may develop a similar spontaneous attachment for the Supreme Lord, free from any desire for profit and without any other cause. This natural attraction for the Lord is the perfectional stage of self-realization. In the same Padma Purana, there is a statement about submission is the in humbleness. In it is stated there, my dear Lord, there is no sinful living entity who is more of a sinner than yourself, nor is there a greater offender than myself. I am so greatly sinful and offensive that when I come to confess my sinful activities before you, I am ashamed. This is a natural position for a devotee. As far as the conditioned soul is concerned, there is no wonder that he has some sinful activities in his past life, and this should be admitted and confessed before the Lord. As soon as this is done, the Lord excuses the sincere devotee. But that does not mean that one should take advantage of the Lord's causeless mercy and expect to be excused over and over again while he commits the same sinful activities. Such a mentality is only for shameless persons. Here it is clearly said, when I come to confess my sinful activities, I become ashamed. So, if a person is not ashamed of his sinful activities and continues to commit the same sinful activities with the knowledge that the Lord will excuse him, that is the most nonsensical propositions. Such an idea is not accepted in any part of the Vedic literature. It is a fact that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one becomes washed clean of all sinful activities from his past life. But that does not mean that after being washed off, one should again begin sinful activities and expect to be washed again. These are nonsensical propositions and are not admitted in devotional service. Someone may think for a whole week I may commit sinful activities, and for one day I will go to the temple or church and admit my sinful activities so that I can become washed off and again begin my sinning. This is the most nonsensical and offensive and is not acceptable to the author of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In the Narad Pancha Tatra, there is a statement of submission accompanied by the desire for perfection. The devotee says, my dear Lord, when shall that day come when you will ask me to fan your body, and according to your pleasure, you will say, you just fan me with this way. This idea in this verse is that the devotee is desiring to personally fan the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means that he is desiring to become the personal associate of the Supreme Lord. Of course, any devotees in any capacity, either as a servant, friend, or conjugal lover, always has direct association with the Lord. By according to his different individual tastes, a person desires for just one of this relationships. Here, the devotee is desiring to become a servant of the Lord and desires to offend the Lord. As as does his internal energy, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. He also wishes that personality wishes he also wishes that the personality of Godhead will be pleased to give him directions as to how to find. This submission with transcendental desire or lalasamay vignapati is the highest perfectional stage of spiritual realization. This paragraph also, no, Mataji?
Okay.
No.
One. Lalasama is over. Dainya Bodhika is over. Prathama is over. Next, 156. Last is 156. यथा वा कदाहं यमुनातीरे नामानि तव कीर्तयन् उद्भास्पः पुण्डरीकाक्ष रस इष्यामि ताण्डवम्. So another example is mentioned. When will I dance on the bank of Yamuna? With tears in my eyes while singing your names. This is again Lalasa. So this prayer seems to be like some prarthana, but it is also having longing. His bhava is actually longing. So sometimes prarthana has longing also. When a prayer, some prarthana is filled with a similar longing, expressing such bhava, even though not attained, it's called lalasa. Prayer and longing, such as these, are given here to illustrate the topic, but actually they should be expressed, understood to be the example of Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti, yes, where will I dance in the tears, with tears in the eyes, in the banks of Yamuna. This can be some prarthana also, it can be Lalasamay also. But then one should understand this is in Raganuga Bhakti. How deep it is. Is this a longing or is it a prarthana? When will I dance, O Lord? It can be longing also. It can be prarthana. The more desire, that is known as longing. Prarthana, okay, oh Lord, when will I sing very nicely for you? Oh Lord, make me sing for you. Oh, when will I have a wonderful voice so that I can sing for you? Deep, intense desire, that is known as lalasa. Understand it nice. Sometimes it may seem to be prarthana, but prarthana with complete desire to have it, that is known as lalasa. I'm asking mother, oh mother, I want to eat cake. Will you make it? Prarthana. Oh mother, I want it. I cannot go without it. That is lalasa. Intense desire. So not that every prarthana is a longing. Not that every longing is in the mood of prarthana. Any of it is included. Longing includes prarthana. Prarthana may or may not be that intense. Understanding? Prarthana may not be, you may get it, you may not get it. It's just a prayer. But that prayer with intensity, that is known as lalasamani. Okay, read 2 paragraphs. Read that and then Goloka, are you there? Your voice is unheard nowadays.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm so sorry.
So you're going
I
to
can
read today?
I can read Mataji.
Okay, you read
So
the verse here,
on,
then 1
but
minute. Read the verse.
okay, should I start with the verse, Mataji?
You have the verse with you?
Yeah, I can see it on screen, Mataji.
Okay, read. 156, read.
यथा वा कदहं यमुनातीरे नामानि तव कीर्तयन् उद्बाष्पः पुण्डरीकाक्ष रचयिष्यामि ताण्डवम्. Translation. Another example is presented. O lotus-eyed Lord, when will I dance on the bank of the Yamuna with tears in my eyes while singing your names? Prabhuji, could you scroll? Yeah. In the same Narada Pancharatra, there is another expression of submission wherein the devotee says, my dear Lord, O lotus eyed one, when will that day come when on the bank of the Yamuna I shall become just like a madman and continue to chant your holy name while instant tears flow from my eyes? This is another perfectional stage. Lord Chaitanya also desired that a moment will appear unto me as 12 years of time, and the whole world will appear to me as vacant on account of not seeing you, my dear Lord. One should feelingly pray and become eager to render his particular type of service to the Lord. This is the teaching of all great devotees, especially Lord Chaitanya. In other words, one should learn one should learn how to cry for the Lord. One should learn this small technique, and he should be very eager and actually cry to become engaged in some particular type of service. This is called lolya, and such tears are the price for the highest perfection. If one develops this lolya or excessive eagerness for meeting and serving the Lord in a particular way, that is the price to enter into the kingdom of God. Otherwise, there is no material calculation for the value of the ticket by which one can enter the kingdom of God. The only price for such entrance is the lolya lasaya mai, or desire and great eagerness.
So, in the conversation between Ramanand Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Rai Raman, which is the highest. And at the time, he speaks many things. It starts with Varnashrama Achritaha, Ye hoy bhai. Then when it comes to Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavitamati Priyatamidi Kutu Pilapite Tapralaulyam api nulyamekalam Janmakoti Shuktin Lapita. Krishna Bhakti is attained by laulyam. You have greed, then you only will get it. So Lalasamai Prarthana, Lalasamai submission. I want it all. I want your seva. So this is known as Lalasa. This laulyam is the key success to advance in devotional service. The more laulyam, the more advancement. But in the material life, one is greedy, he falls down. But spiritual life is exactly opposite of material life. More greed, more advancement. 157, 158 is the next paragraph. 159. So 3 paragraphs are there. 3 shlokas are there. Reciting notable prayers. Atha stava pataham. So what is the difference between shloka and stava? Stava is one's realization to Lord. Like we have Rupa Goswami, you have Stavamala. I've sung in that Stavamala. You must be having that CD, Stavamala. It is one's realization to Lord. One is shloka, one is stava. In this all the shlokas are there. One is stuti, or you can say from Vedic shlokas are there. One is stava. Stava means one's own prayers to Lord. You have Stavamala, you have Stavavali, both by Krishna's mercy we have done this. Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Goswami's prayers to Lord. Atastava Patha, Proktah Manishibhir, Gita Stava, Rajadaya Stava, reciting compositions of praise. The wise consider that Gita and Stavaraja contained in Gautamiya Tantra are examples of stavas. Now, Gita is also called stava, because its contents glorify the Supreme Lord. Stavaraja. So, stava in the Gautamiya Tantra. So, Gita is also glorifying Lord. Okay. Next is Yathas Kande. Shri Krishna Stava Ratnoghair Yesham Jiva Tvalankarta Tvalankrita Namasya Muni Siddhanam Vadaniya Divokasam. Skanda Purana also speaks. The perfected sages, devatas respect those whose tongues are ornamented with abundance of jewel-like verses of praise for Krishna. So they also glorify. Those who have stavas in their mouth, that means glorification of Lord. Narsimhecha, स्तोत्रैः स्तवैश्च देवाग्रे यः स्तौति मधुसूदनं सर्वपापविनिर्मुक्तो विष्णुलोकमवाप्नुयात्. Narsimha Puran also speaks. He who praises Madhusudana is stotras, is a stotra, stavas, in front of the deity rooms, deity form, is freed from all sins and attain the planet of Vishnu. So stotra which are not composed by one are for practicing one's speech. So stotras are given in the Vedas, but stavas are created by Lord, created by a devotee, expressing his individual emotions. So this is the difference. Stotras are ready-made, given in the Vedas, Puranas. They're stotras. They are not made, they are not composed. Vedas are coming from Lord Himself. That is for improvement of one's speech, stotras. Stavas, one's emotion. One's emotions are expressed before Lord. Like Rupa Goswami expresses emotion. That is known as Tavamala. Raghunath Das Goswami expresses emotion. That is known as Tavavali. Understood? Stavas are made, or it is made or created by a devotee expressing his emotions. Stotras, they are not created. Apaurushyaha, they emanate from Lord Himself for our own purification. Okay? So all these three, Aditya read and you read the paragraph also.
Yeah.
We'll stop
1.2.
here.
Okay. 1.2.157. अथस्तव पाठः प्रोक्ता मनीषिभिर्गीतास्तव राजादयस्तवाः. Translation: Reciting compositions of praises, verse 86. The wise consider that the Gita and the Stavaraj contained in Gautamiya Tantra are examples of stavas. 1.2.158. यथा स्कांदे श्रीकृष्णस्तव रत्नौघैर्येषां जीवात्व अलङ्कृता नामस्या मुनिसिद्धानां वन्दनीया दिवोकसाम्. The Skanda Puran says, the perfected sages and the devatas respect those whose tongues are ornamented with the abundance of jewel-like verses of praise of Krishna. 1.2.159. Narsimhe cha स्तोत्रे स्तवेश्च देवाग्रे यः स्तौति मधुसूदनं सर्वपापविनिर्मुक्तो विष्णुलोकम् अवाप्नुयात्. In the Narsimha Puran, it is said, he who praises Madhusudan with stotras and stavas in front of his deity form is freed from all sins and attains the planet of Vishnu. Reciting notable prayers. According to great learned scholars, the whole Bhagavad Gita contains many authorized prayers, especially in the 11th chapter, where Arjuna prays to the universal form of the Lord. Similarly, in the Gautamiya Tantra, all the verses are called prayers. Again, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are hundreds of prayers to the Lord. So, a devotee should select some of these prayers for his recitation. In the Skanda Puran, the glories of these prayers are stated as follows. Devotees whose tongues are decorated always with prayers to the Lord Krishna are always given respect even by the great saintly person and sages, and such devotees are actually worshipable by the demigods. Those who are less intelligent want to worship different demigods for some material gain rather than worship Krishna. But here it is stated that a devotee who is always engaged in offering prayers to the Lord is worshipable even by the demigods themselves. The pure devotees have nothing to ask from any demigod. Rather, the demigods are anxious to offer prayers to the pure devotees. In the Narasimha Purana, it is stated, any person who comes before the deity of Lord Krishna and begins to chant different prayers is immediately relieved from all the reactions of sinful activities and becomes eligible without any doubt to enter into the Vaikuntha Loka. Hare Krishna.
Stop here.
Maraji, one question regarding the different names. They have the same potency, right? So, Maraji, Lord Shiva, he said, right? Like 1,000 names of Vishnu are equal to 3 names of Ram, and 3 names of Ram are equal to 1 name of Krishna. So how do we understand that, Bharati?
That's true. It is in Rasabha. Rasa Tattva. When you say Krishna, immediately, what do you remember? You remember the cowherd boy. You remember the simple form of Krishna. You say Narayana, immediately we can understand his Aishwarya form. When you say Rama, Maryada form. So when you say Krishna, oh, my house Krishna. So that is why that includes everyone. So that is in the Rasa Tattva. When you say Vara, you can say same. But again, in the Rasa Tattva. The difference is always in the Rasa Tattva. Okay.
Thank you, Bharati. Hare
पंचकल्पतरुदेश पासंतु देवच प्रतिफलं पावनो वैष्णवी बोलो वैष्णवंदी की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय